When it comes to creating creative headlines for your magazine page, and you'll look at some different examples, what you need to understand, there's two ways to place a headline. The first way is going to be basic and very boring. You go to your text box, click headings, and then move your headings up to the top of the page where the headline should go. Stretch out your text box so it hits the margin. And then once you've chosen your font, I'm going to keep it on Open Sans for now. Once you find the font you want, over here you can either type in the size you want, like 50, or you can hit these arrows and make the font grow much larger. So for example, my headline will be Fox sightings grow more common. The problem with this is it's 2 rows. I don't want it to be 2 rows. So highlight all the story or all the text for the headline, and I want it to be 1 row. So you can either keep typing in numbers until it fits, or you can just hit the arrow up tool and keep clicking it until it fits. And that is the most basic headline. Finding the right font and making it go across the page like this. Now, a more fun way to do headlines is by giving each word its own text box. So I'm going to keep Fox sighting grow more common right there, and I'm going to grab my text box, go to headings, and type in the word Fox in all type in the word Fox in all caps, because that's an important word. And then with that, I can then change the size and the font. So over here, Fox, I want kind of a more fun font. So since I've already added my fonts, you can change the way your fonts look. Now I'm going to keep clicking. And you can click and hold and the font will grow. Now, since I want it to be a little bit bigger, maybe click and tap. Clicking the arrows is not the best way to go. Maybe I just type in a number that I think will be good, like 90. And I want to make sure that my text box right here, just that if you double click it, the text box isn't quite the same size as the actual text. So I'll click once and drag it so it is the same size as the text. So I want Fox to be right there, nice and big, and sightings grow more common are going to be a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to have sightings grow more common off to the side. And I want it to be 2 rows. So I'm going to adjust my text box so it's 2 rows. And I'm going to put it right next to my headline. And maybe I want a different font again, something a little simpler to go with the rest of my story. And there's my Fox sightings grow more common. Now maybe I want grow more common to be a little bit bigger. Just highlight the rest of the text, either highlight it or hit Control A to select it. And keep clicking until it gets bigger, and then stretch out your text box so it stays 2 rows. Highlight Fox and make that a little bit bigger. And what I'm doing is I'm making my headline a little more creative. Now you could even do Fox and then have another text box for sightings. So you can click whatever text box you want and then type in the word sightings. And again, if I need that to be a little bit bigger, you can stretch your text box out underneath Fox. But what you have to do is go and enlarge the font till it's as wide as Fox and place it under Fox. So Fox sightings grow more common. So maybe grow more can be its own text box. Grow more. I'm going to place that under sightings and then stretch that text box out. Highlight it, highlight the text, and keep clicking the arrow up until it's as wide as the word sightings and Fox. And the last thing I want to do is common. So click text box and write the word common and place that underneath. Grow more. Stretch your text box out. Highlight the text and then click the arrow up until it is as wide as the words got more, sightings, and Fox. Then once you do that, you can go in and actually click and drag your headline components a little closer to each other. And so that is a more creative way to do a headline. So you want to group and move your headline around. Just draw an imaginary box around your elements Hit delete what you don't want, or drag your elements around, drag an imaginary box around the elements you want, and then you can actually move the whole thing together. And that is a more clever way to do a headline within LucidPress.